Good afternoon. Is this the store where my son came to buy some products?
Good afternoon, ma'am. And also welcome to Caesar's store. How can I help you?
I don't like repeating things. Is this the store where my son came to buy some products?
I am not sure, ma'am. Do you have your selling bill so we can check the name and the products?
I didn't bring it because when I arrived my son had already thrown the bill. But I'm sure this is.
Oh, don't worry, ma'am. But tell me, how can we help you? Do you have any problem?
I do have some problems. My son bought some products here, and they're not good.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. But we will do the possible to help you. Don't worry.
Well, to start, I have a complaint to make about the milk. It wasn't lactose free as I told him to get.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe he confused and didn't tell me that, ma'am.
I don't think so. He never lies. He always tells me the truth and he says that.
Of course, ma'am. We're sorry for that mistake. You know what? We can change it.
Yes, please. Also, it was expired. How is that possible for a famous store like this?
I'm sorry, ma'am. But I'm afraid that is impossible to happen. We never work with expired products.
Yeah? And how do you explain that expiration date was today, then?
Oh, I think there was confusion, ma'am. The expiration date is the next year, not this one.
Oh, maybe I didn't see it very well. But anyway, I want it to be changed if it's possible, please.
Of course, ma'am. We will make the change for sure. Is there anything else to be changed?
Yes. Also, the batteries you sold to my son. They are not the right brand I asked him to buy.
I see. Don't worry. We can also change the batteries. What's the batteries brand?
I don't know the name of this new brand, but I want the VIP brand what I always buy here.
I'm sorry, ma'am. But we can't do anything with this because we don't sell this brand.
What? How's that possible? I always buy them here and now you don't have it.
I'm afraid we are not selling them now, ma'am. But I can give you another similar to that.
Well, I guess I don't have more options. What else? Oh, he also bought some insect repellent.
Is there anything wrong with the insect repellent he bought in our store, ma'am?
Of course. I asked for a big one, and you gave him the smallest one here.
I'm sorry, we promise never to make the same mistake again. We'll change it.
Yes, because I can't use the small one. We have a plague now at home and we need the big one.
Sure, ma'am. I'll give you the big one and also the small one for free, okay?
Well, I think that's fair. For the terrible moment and because I'm wasting my time coming here.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. If there's anything else I can help you with, just let me know.
Yes. Do you think you can also change the vegetables you sold to my son?
You mean all the vegetables? What is the problem with the vegetables, ma'am?
They are not as fresh as I want them to be. I always buy fresher vegetables here.
Maybe, just maybe, can it be possible because he bought them hours ago?
Yeah, so what? They have to be fresh to be cooked. I can't cook them as they are now.
I understand, ma'am. We'll also change the vegetables, don't worry. I'll do it now.
Wait a minute. I haven't finished yet. I also want you to change the box of chocolate.
I'm afraid we don't sell chocolates here, ma'am. I'm sorry, but we can't do that. Sorry.
What? I will show you the bill and you'll see it. Or you're saying my son was scammed?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. If this is in the proof of payment, we'll refund it.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. If you can't change the product, I want my money back, then.
Of course, ma'am. And I'm sorry again, but this will never happen again.
I'm afraid I've got a complaint about your store too. I think it is too noisy. I can't listen well.
Oh, it is because of the other stores we have around. Remember, this is a shopping fair.
Yeah, I suppose so. It also looks a little different, but I guess that is why.
Yeah, my apologies for the noise, ma'am. I promise we'll work on that in the future.
Yes, please. It's been supposed that you have to improve instead of getting worse.
I will take your complaints into consideration, ma'am, to improve our business.
Okay, thank you. And I'm afraid there is a slight problem with the bags too.
The bags, ma'am? You mean the bags we give all our customers to carry the products?
Yes, the bag you gave my son to carry all his products. It was totally different to the past one.
Excuse me, ma'am. But we usually change our bags to improve the quality.
Improve the quality? They were not good at all. I mean, they are different. I don't like it.
Okay, ma'am. We will change the bag too if that's the problem. Anything else?
Yeah, I don't like the way you're talking to me now. As it was my fault and it wasn't. It was yours.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. I would never see you in a badly way or anything like that.
Yeah, well. This is what I feel. And remember that the customer is always right.
Sure, ma'am. I really want to apologize in the name of Caesar's store and everyone here.
Yeah, Caesar's store. Wait, the name is Caesar's store? Isn't it Seba's store?
No, ma'am. The name of this store is Caesar's. I told you when we started talking.
Oh, I thought it was Seba's store. I always buy my products there and now.
Seba's store is the one that is crossing this street, just in front of you, you'll see it.
Yeah, well. I see. I think I confused and I have to go, sorry.
Okay, ma'am.
Good morning. I need to speak with the manager.
Good morning. I'm the manager. How can I help you today?
I bought a pack of cookies from your store last week, and when I opened it, I found it was stale. I need a replacement or a refund.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you have the receipt with you?
No, unfortunately, I lost the receipt. But I'm sure I bought it from here. I shop here all the time.
I understand. Without a receipt, it's a bit difficult to verify the purchase. Are you certain it was from our store?
Yes, I am positive. Your store is the only one around here where I buy groceries.
Okay, can you show me the package?
Here it is. As you can see, the expiration date is still valid.
I see. But the label on this package does not match the ones we usually stock. Are you absolutely sure this was purchased from our store?
Yes, absolutely. I bought it last week from one of your shelves.
I'm sorry, but I have to be certain. This product does not appear to be one we carry. It might be from another store.
No, it's definitely from here. Maybe there was a mistake in stocking.
I don't think so. Our inventory system is pretty accurate, and I don't recall seeing this brand on our orders. Without a receipt, it's really hard to verify.
This is unacceptable. I shop here regularly, and now I am being told that you would not replace a faulty product.
I understand your frustration, but I need to follow store policy. Without proof of purchase, I can't confirm this was bought here.
I am going to file a complaint with the Food Authority if this is not resolved.
I understand. Please wait a moment while I consult with my team. Thank you for waiting. Given the situation and your regular patronage, I have decided to replace the product for you. However, I must reiterate that this product is not something we sell here.
Thank you. I appreciate the replacement, but I still believe it was bought here.
We will look into this matter further to ensure there are no mistakes in our stocking process. Here's your replacement.
Thanks. I hope this does not happen again.
We will do our best to ensure it does not. Thank you for bringing this to our attention, and I apologize for any inconvenience.
Actually, I have one more concern. If this happens again, what should I do?
If you ever encounter an issue like this again, please come directly to me. Even better, try to keep the receipt. It really helps in resolving matters quickly.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you for your assistance today.
You are welcome. We value your business and want to ensure you are satisfied with our service.
Just out of curiosity, what happens if the Food Authority gets involved?
If the Food Authority gets involved, they would investigate the matter thoroughly. They might inspect our inventory and records, and if we were found at fault, we would have to comply with their directives. It's in everyone's best interest to resolve issues before it reaches that point.
That makes sense. I hope we don't have to go that route again.
Me too. We aim to provide the best service and products to our customers.
I appreciate that. One last thing. How do you handle complaints from other customers? Is there a formal process?
Yes, we do have a formal process. Customers can fill out a complaint form, and we review each case individually. We try to resolve complaints within a few days. If the complaint is about a product, we often replace it or offer a refund after verification.
That's good to know. I feel more reassured now.
I'm glad to hear that. Your feedback helps us improve. If you ever have any concerns, don't hesitate to bring them to our attention.
Thank you. I appreciate your help today.
You are welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Excuse me, I just found my wallet and the receipt. It turns out you were right. The product was not from your store.
Oh, I see. Let me take a look at the receipt. Yes, this is from a different store. Thank you for bringing this back.
I'm really sorry about the confusion. The stores have such similar layouts outside that I got mixed up. I apologize for the inconvenience.
No problem at all. Mistakes happen. I appreciate you coming back to clear this up.
I insist on paying for the replacement product you gave me earlier. It was my mistake.
That's very considerate of you. Let me ring that up for you. Here you go. Thank you for your honesty.
Thank you for understanding. I will be more careful next time.
It's all good. If you ever need anything, we are here to help.
I appreciate that. Have a great day.
You too. Take care. Son, sit down with me for a moment. I want to talk to you. Sure, Dad. What's on your mind? You know, son, it's been on my mind for a while now, the fact that you are leaving soon. Yeah, Dad. I have been offered this job opportunity, and I think it's the right move for me. I understand, son. I truly do. But it's hard, you know? You have been here with me all these years, and now you are going to be miles away. I know, Dad. And believe me, it's not an easy decision for me either. But I have to think about my future, about building something for myself. Of course, son. And I'm proud of you for that. But I can't help feeling a bit selfish, wishing you would stay. Dad, you have raised me to be independent, to chase my dreams. And now that's what I'm doing. But that does not mean I will forget about you. You will always be a part of my life, no matter where I am. I know, son. And I'm grateful for that. It's just, I will miss having you around, you know?
Our talks, our laughs, even our arguments.
I will miss them too, Dad. But hey, we will still have phone calls, video chats. And I promise I will come visit whenever I can.
That means a lot to me, son. It really does. But just promise me one thing.
Anything, Dad. What is it?
Promise me you will take care of yourself out there. Promise me you will never forget where you come from, who you are.
I promise, Dad. I will never forget. And I will always carry you with me, in my heart.
Thank you, son. That's all a father could ask for. Just remember, no matter where life takes you, you will always have a home here with me.
Thanks, Dad. That means everything to me. I love you.
I love you too, son. Now go chase those dreams of yours. I will be rooting for you every step of the way. You remember when you were just a little boy, and we used to go fishing down by the old creek?
Yeah, Dad. Those were some of the best times of my life. I will never forget how excited I used to get, waking up early just to go fishing with you.
And do you remember the time we got caught in that sudden thunderstorm? We had to huddle under a tree until it passed.
I remember, Dad. We were soaked to the bone, but we laughed about it afterwards. It was an adventure.
Those memories are treasures, son. And now, as you are about to embark on this new journey, I can't help but think about all the memories we have shared together.
Me too, Dad. Every moment we have spent together has shaped who I am today. And I will carry those memories with me wherever I go.
That's all a father could hope for, son. That you carry the lessons, the love, and the laughter with you as you carve out your own path in life.
I will, Dad. And I will make sure to create new memories too, ones that I can share with you when I come back to visit.
I will be looking forward to hearing all about your adventures, son. Just know that no matter how much time passes, you will always have a home here with me.
Thanks, Dad. Your support means everything to me. I will make you proud, I promise.
You already have, son. Just by being the remarkable young man you are. Now go on, chase those dreams of yours. And never forget that I will be right here, cheering you on every step of the way. Before you go, son, there's something I want to share with you. Something that has guided me through life, and I hope it will help you too.
What is it, Dad?
It's about staying true to yourself, no matter what. In the journey ahead, you will encounter all sorts of challenges, temptations, and influences. But always remember who you are at your core.
That's good advice, Dad. How do I do that?
Listen to your heart, son. Trust your instincts. And never compromise your values for anyone or anything. Stay humble in success and resilient in failure.
I will keep that in mind, Dad. Thanks for the wisdom.
And one more thing, son. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. Your family, your friends, we are all here for you.
I would not forget that, Dad. I will lean on you and Mom whenever I need support.
That's my boy. And remember, life is not just about reaching your destination, but also about enjoying the journey. Take time to appreciate the little moments, to cherish the people around you.
I will, Dad. I promise to live life to the fullest, to embrace every experience with gratitude and joy.
That's all I could ever ask for, son. Now go out there and make the world your own. But always remember, no matter where you go, you will always have a father who loves you more than words can express.
I love you too, Dad. Thanks for everything.
You are welcome, son. Now go chase those dreams of yours. And know that I will be right here, cheering you on every step of the way.
Welcome to Learn English for Life.
Good morning, Mrs. Jones. What brings you in today?
Good morning, doctor. I have been experiencing sharp pains in my abdomen, especially after meals. It's been going on for a few weeks now.
I see. Any other symptoms you have noticed?
Sometimes I feel nauseous, and there's this constant feeling of bloating. I'm a bit concerned it might be something serious.
Those are important symptoms to note. We will definitely need to investigate further. Based on your symptoms, it sounds like you may have gastritis. We will need to run some tests to confirm.
Gastritis? Is that related to the stomach?
Yes, it's inflammation of the stomach lining. We will start with an ultrasound to rule out any other issues.
Will I need to change my diet or take medication?
Depending on the results, we may prescribe medication to reduce acid production and recommend dietary changes to ease symptoms. It's important to manage your diet to avoid spicy foods and acidic drinks for now.
Understood. I will make those changes.
Speaking of symptoms, have you heard the idiom to feel under the weather?
Yes, I have. Does it come from sailors feeling seasick?
Exactly. It originates from the days when sailors would get seasick and feel unwell due to rough weather at sea. It's interesting how these expressions come from real-life situations.
That makes sense. Language evolves from everyday experiences.
Your condition involves some medical terms like endoscopy and biopsy. Let me explain what they mean.
I have heard of endoscopy, but not biopsy. What's the difference?
An endoscopy examines your digestive tract with a camera, while a biopsy involves taking tissue samples for detailed examination.
I see. It's good to understand these terms better.
It helps to demystify the medical process when patients understand what each procedure involves.
Did you know the term placebo comes from Latin, meaning I shall please? It refers to a substance with no therapeutic effect given to please a patient who believes it's beneficial.
That's fascinating. Are there other medical terms with such intriguing origins?
Certainly. Another is quarantine, originating from Italian quarantagiorni, meaning 40 days, referring to the isolation period for ships during the Black Death.
History certainly leaves its mark on language in unexpected ways.
So, Mrs. Jones, I will schedule your ultrasound for tomorrow morning. In the meantime, avoid spicy foods and try eating smaller, more frequent meals.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your thorough explanation. I will follow your advice and see you tomorrow.
You are welcome, Mrs. Jones. Don't hesitate to call if you have any more questions before then. We will discuss the results and plan our next steps accordingly.
I will. Thanks again, Doctor.
Good morning, Mrs. Jones. Thank you for coming in today. How have your symptoms been since our last visit?
Good morning, Doctor. The sharp pains in my abdomen have lessened a bit, but I still feel discomfort, especially after eating. The bloating and occasional nausea are still there too.
I'm glad to hear there's been some improvement. Let's delve deeper into your symptoms to get a clearer understanding.
Sure, Doctor. It's been mainly a burning sensation in my upper abdomen, and it tends to worsen after spicy foods or coffee.
That pattern suggests gastritis, inflammation of the stomach lining. It's often aggravated by acidic or irritating foods. Have you noticed any changes in your appetite or weight recently?
My appetite has decreased a bit, especially when the pain is more intense, but I have not noticed any significant weight changes.
That's important information. Have you experienced any vomiting or black, tarry stools?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, that's reassuring. Let's proceed with an ultrasound to check for any abnormalities in your stomach and nearby organs.
Will the ultrasound show everything you need to know?
It will provide us with a good initial view. If necessary, we may follow up with more specific tests like an endoscopy to get a closer look inside your stomach.
Sounds good, Doctor. I'm ready to proceed.
Based on your symptoms and medical history, we suspect gastritis, but we will confirm with the ultrasound and potentially an endoscopy.
What will the ultrasound reveal?
It will give us a detailed view of your stomach lining, looking for signs of inflammation, ulcers, or other abnormalities. This will help us determine the best course of treatment.
What are the treatment options for gastritis?
Treatment usually involves medications to reduce stomach acid production and relieve symptoms. Lifestyle changes like avoiding trigger foods, reducing stress, and eating smaller, more frequent meals can also help.
Will I need to take medication long term?
It depends on the severity of the gastritis and how well you respond to treatment. We will discuss this in more detail once we have the test results.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your thorough approach.
While we wait for the ultrasound results, let's explore some idioms related to health. Have you heard of the expression to be a pain in the neck?
Yes, it means someone or something is annoying or troublesome. Where does it come from?
It's believed to originate from the idea that neck pain can be persistent and bothersome, much like dealing with a difficult person or situation.
That makes sense. Language really does capture everyday experiences in unique ways.
Absolutely. Idioms often reflect common human emotions and experiences, making them a fascinating aspect of language. Moving on to some medical terminology, let's discuss endoscopy and biopsy. An endoscopy allows us to examine your digestive tract using a flexible tube with a camera at the end.
Will I be awake during the endoscopy?
You will be sedated to ensure your comfort during the procedure. It typically takes about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what we find and if we need to take any tissue samples, known as biopsies.
What is a biopsy exactly?
During a biopsy, we collect small tissue samples for microscopic examination. This helps us diagnose conditions like gastritis and determine the best treatment approach.
I appreciate you explaining everything so clearly, Doctor.
Let's delve into some intriguing medical terms. For example, placebo comes from Latin, meaning I shall please. It refers to a substance or treatment with no therapeutic effect but may still have positive effects due to a patient's belief in its benefit.
So, it's more about psychology than actual medicine?
Exactly. The placebo effect underscores the power of the mind in healing processes, influencing how patients perceive and respond to treatments.
Are there other medical terms with equally fascinating origins?
Consider quarantine, which originates from the Italian quaranta giorni, meaning 40 days. It historically referred to isolating ships and travelers for 40 days during outbreaks to prevent the spread of infectious diseases.
History certainly shapes our language in unexpected ways.
Mrs. Jones, I will schedule your ultrasound for tomorrow morning. Please fast from midnight tonight and drink only water in the morning before your appointment.
Will I experience any discomfort during or after the ultrasound?
It's generally painless. You may feel slight pressure as the technician moves the ultrasound probe over your abdomen, but it should not be uncomfortable.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate your thorough explanation and guidance.
You are welcome, Mrs. Jones. After the ultrasound, we will discuss the results and plan our next steps accordingly. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or concerns before then.
I will. Thanks again, Doctor.